some kind of a, let's call it an impromptu race vlog going on here. So here's the situation. Brittany and I are driving to Oklahoma this weekend to a small town outside of Oklahoma City where we're going to take part in an 85-mile gravel race. This was, let's call it impulsive. It's probably the best way to describe it. I think Monday we were like, I kind of like had this one on my radar, but at the same time I was like, I don't want to drive there by myself. So I kind of just whatever, like I'm not going to race it, no biggie. I'm in the middle of a big training block, leading into an A race in like 5 weeks. All is good. On Monday I get a text from Brittany going, hey, I found a gravel bike.
No, that was Wednesday.
It was, Wednesday, actually. I forgot how freaking, this was such a last minute thing that even I'm stumbling with it.
And so, it's Thursday right now.
So yeah, Wednesday, I get a text from Brittany going, hey, are you doing this race still? I'm like, no, obviously not. And then she was like, well, I found a gravel bike. I'm like, okay. And she's like, well, if I can get a sub on Friday, let's race. I'm like, okay, you know, gotta just kind of roll with it. So I was all right, cool, whatever, fuck it, we're racing, apparently. So this morning, Thursday, we found out that she got a sub. I literally spent the entire day figuring out places for us to stay and getting her signed up with the race director, which is freaking not any part on the race director's fault, just the site they're using to sign up is a bit of a nightmare and a half. So we got the entire family in a car right now. It's 5 p.m. on Thursday. I got myself, Brittany, dog 1, and then the other dog is staring out the window all thinking deep thoughts and stuff. So we're driving 6 hours tonight to Salida, Kansas? Somewhere just that has no... We're just driving to some town in the middle of Kansas that honestly has no business existing, but somehow does exist. I would assume that only economy is people driving through the town that don't want to drive any further that stay at the hotels. Whatever. We're gonna kind of make the most of it. You know, see some new cultures. Yada yada yada. So that's kind of the weekend plan. We're gonna try and just make this little video vlog, especially since we're both here and we can film intermittently. We'll keep you up to date with our whole weekend adventure plus race. First race of 2019. 2020. Let's do it. Quick little update. So we're here safely in Cheyenne, Oklahoma. We were able to get here early. We got here. They're doing a little like group ride right now, so that's what Britt and I were able to roll over here and do. I'm gonna try and film as much as I can, get it done. Should be fun and casual.
Okay, don't worry, they won't go that far. Here, how high, tell me how high you want it.
So definitely
straight.
All right, so we're here in Cheyenne,
Shawnee.
Shawnee. We're here in Oklahoma for the race. We just finished kind of the industry, like kind of casual t-shirt ride. It was like 20 miles. Ted King's here. He's looking fit. Ashton Lambie's here, also looking fit as always. So it's gonna be a great race tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. Right now we're heading to the only local Italian place that I think is in this entire area. Mixed reviews, but we're gonna kind of go for it. If not, we can just go to Denny's if it's bad. Or maybe we can go to Denny's anyway and get some more food. Just feeling super stoked tomorrow. Okay, so we just left the Italian place. However, with our dinners, because we sat down and we got our appetizers, and then we all of a sudden realized, oh crap, we have to be at the briefing. It's like an optional briefing, but they're doing a raffle. And hopes are, I don't know why we're hoping this. We're hoping that we win the raffle because it's like a full Lauf bike, which is super clutch. So we immediately like grabbed the waitress and we're like, hey, quickly, can we actually get our food to go and we'll just pay now? So then now we're in the car, gonna drive. Okay, well, back to me. We're on our way to the race site now, taking the raffle and hear the instructions and stuff from the man. And yeah, probably eat our food on the way there, and then in the parking lot because we were both starving. All right.
On the long course, and we're gonna go over some course stuff, but keep this in mind. The first 12 miles, super flat,
All right, that's it. It's the night before the race. Just trying to relax now. The awards, or not the awards, what I'm talking about, the pre-race briefing and raffle. It's fun, it was a good atmosphere. But now it's time to just trying to calm myself down, talk to my coach. I know what I need to do. We broke it down. It's really just for me. For me, it's about being patient. It's about, keeping the powder dry, staying relaxed. I know what I need to do. I just can't let myself go out there. Everyone's gonna have good legs the first 2 hours. It is what it is. And just because I feel like I have good legs doesn't mean I should attack. Doesn't mean I should go to the front. If I have good legs and I feel good, it means I need to sit back and I need to save it. My coach and I talked, we have a couple ways that we think it could go down. We have a couple ways that we think play out well for me. So but all of them involve me being patient, staying relaxed, staying focused. I have quite a few ATAQ ATAQ bars with me. Both my bottles are filled up with lots of ATAQ hydration. So just keep on nutrition, keep fueling throughout the day. Don't let myself bonk. Because in a race like this, I can play my cards perfectly. And if I forget to fuel, all of a sudden, mile 80 of the 85-mile race, I could bonk and just lose mountains of time. So I'm gonna check in with you guys tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna bring the camera with me on the race. I'll try to film a little bit tomorrow morning. If I don't, I'm definitely gonna check in with you guys after and let you know exactly how the race went. So, all right, good night.
Everybody out of the way!
Clear the road, clear the road. We got a sprint coming up. Second place up for grabs. It's going to be a close one. Second place up for grabs. Battling it over the cobbles as Ted King has come across the line. And second place, unofficially, Christopher Schroeder. Third place, Rob Bell. Christopher Schroeder. And your winner with the gold medal ride, riding away from everybody, the untouchable Ted King.
Good job, boys.
Got a rider. Great. 2020 Oklahoma Gravel Growler.
All right, well, time to do the post-race kind of full breakdown. I generally try to do this honestly within an hour of finishing to kind of give you guys a much more raw breakdown and just kind of a lot more emotion. Instead, we finished the race and we didn't have very much time to do it because we had to check out of our hotel, pack up the car, and it just kind of, I just kept running out of time to do it. So we're on our way back home right now. It's almost 5 o'clock, so we're gonna probably be rolling into Boulder at like 4 a.m. But
2 a.m.
2 a.m. But it is what it is. So this race, Oklahoma Gravel Grinder, 85 miles, 20 of it on road, 60 of it on gravel. A lot of the gravel out here was basically like a hard packed clay with then just kind of a layer of gravel on top of it. So pretty gnarly, lots of freaking potholes. Especially in that area, coming off of winter, they got a lot of just these big potholes all around. So that made for some interesting racing. In the race, this was quite the field. I was honestly not expecting it. We had Ted King obviously headlining it. Then we had Ashton Lambie, who is a former 4K individual pursuit record holder. I believe he went like a 4:07 to have the world record for I think 2 years, and then Flipagana recently broke it with a 4:05 and then a 4:02. Kudos to him. But Lambie's phenomenal shape right now, gearing up actually for the Track Cycling World Champs, where he'll race the IP because Team USA didn't even freaking like qualify for the team pursuit. So great job, guys. And then we had well represented was the Panasonic Factor team, gravel team. There was another pro gravel team which I'm blanking on the name of, but it's whatever. So basically the race went off. The first 3 miles were neutral, and it was like a police-led neutral. And the
4 miles.
4 miles, and the cop couldn't go above 10 miles an hour. So that was horrible because we were freezing to death because we were going like 10 miles an hour. Honestly, on your bike is so slow that it was just intolerable. So once that finally was over and the race formally started, it played out, it immediately kind of picked up the pace. We immediately, Ashton immediately went to the front. He was riding a gravel bike fitted exactly the same as his TT bike. So anytime he went to the front, he would get in his TT bars, and if you're behind him, you get 0 draft. That dude is freaking aero. And the fact that he can hold an aero position in gravel like that is so impressive. So we kind of rolling along in the first 10. It's just kind of like the way gravel events I typically imagine. It's just kind of the field just gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Basically what happened is that for me, I'm not on a proper gravel setup. I'm on my road bike with 28-ish millimeter tires. So for me, I had to be at the front so I could see what's coming up, because I can't ride through some of the stuff that a pure gravel bike can. So I needed to make sure I was at the front the whole time, which played out well. I was safe. So around mile, I honestly want to say I was around 15. Going into this race, my coach and I had a very simple plan. It was keep your powder dry, stay in the group, stay relaxed, don't do anything stupid. A lot of emphasis on the not doing anything stupid part. Don't just go blindly follow every move. And then whatever Ted King does, you do. Ted King is sitting back relaxing, you're sitting back relaxing. Ted King stops and takes a piss, you stop and take a piss. That was kind of the rule. So at mile 15, Ted King attacks. And it was kind of a weird moment because I'm like, well, I was told not to do anything stupid, and attacking at mile 15 seems really stupid to me in my head, but at the same time, I'm supposed to do whatever Ted does. So, full send it, hopped on Ted's wheel immediately. No one else hopped on my wheel, and next thing, okay, roll down the window by accident. No, you did. So next thing I do it, Ted and I are off the front with 70 miles to freaking go. And for those of you who just don't know, Ted King is one of the best gravel riders in the world right now. Ex-World Tour Pro. He's rode the Tour de France, we believe, twice. I'm not sure if he's in any other Grand Tours. He was on the Liquid Gas team, right kind of in the beginning of the Peter Sagan era. He's raced Paris-Roubaix, all the classics. And there was kind of this moment where, obviously like the first 5 miles together, you're feeling good. And then there was this moment where I had of like, holy shit, what am I doing? Like, there's 65 miles to go. I'm in a 2-man breakaway with Ted King, who, spoiler alert, is a freaking strong rider. Not to even knock myself on that one, but Ted King is very, very strong, and we're on gravel, which is his forte, which is not my forte. So I kind of had this moment of like, Chris, you freaking idiot. But we got over that. We figured out, I just decided, look, this is the winning move. Ted's going to win this race in this move. So basically, I immediately just was, all right, we got to be a pro about this. What do I do? How do I stay with Ted? How can I put myself in the best position to win this race? And Ted and I worked together really well, if I do say. We had a really good system. You know, we were taking probably like 3-minute pulls and rotating around. We were both pulling very steady, and I was just chugging through nutrition. I had tons of ATAQ bars. I started the race. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna need as much as I can. So I had 2 bottles stuffed with ATAQ, 8 bars, and it was like, I was like, oh look, I just gotta eat now. I don't want to, if I bonk late in the race, I can lose mountains of time, I can lose all these places. So I was having a bar every 5 miles, I was having a bar. And then all of a sudden, mile like 35, I'm out of bars. I'd eaten all of them, which was like, oh crap. I started this race thinking I had too much food. Now I have no food and we're barely halfway through. Thankfully there was a aid station at mile like 42, but the pit stops are kind of awkward. You know, we only had probably a 40-second lead over a big group of motivated people that were chugging along. So Ted also needed to quickly stop and get some stuff out of his gear bag too. So we were like, all right, we have to stop. If we don't stop, we're both gonna bonk, we're both gonna have a bad day. So we're like, look, let's just do this as quick as we can, get it done. So what ended up happening was that the chase group was able to kind of see us at about the 40-second mark. Ted and I rode in there. I literally just rode almost into the freaking nutrition table, took 2 handfuls of gels, stuffed them in my pocket, refilled my bottle, got back on the bike, and then all of a sudden the gap was down to 20 seconds. So what the chase group did is they skipped the aid station to attempt to close the gap on us. And I would say that more or less was their undoing, is that a lot of their guys skipped getting nutrition that they probably needed to chase us. So now, like, mile 45, you know, we've been going hard. Even on Ted's wheel, I'm going well at threshold. And when I say threshold, I mean like my 1 hour threshold. So when you're holding your 1 hour threshold for more than an hour, things hurt. But I was just thinking, look, stay with Ted, whatever it costs. And, you know, at that point though, it was catching up to me, just the work being put in. I was taking the pulls, but the pulls were taking more out of me, and I was having a harder time recovering on Ted's wheel. And then ultimately, around mile 60, I was the wheels were starting to come off. Ted was at the front, you know, he flicked his elbow and looked at me, and all I could do was kind of shake my head to say, look, dude, I can't come through right now. And Ted decided to say goodbye to me. Going up a climb, he put in a little 5-minute dig. I was popped. He did take the moment to look back towards the top of it and give me a goodbye wave, and well, I couldn't wave back at the time. And that was a hard moment because, you know, at that point, all right, we have 25 miles to go. I didn't even know where I was going. The guy who's going to win the race just rode away from me. So I was just kind of spent 5 miles literally just spinning in my own self-pity, thinking, oh, poor me. And then the remaining 2 guys from the entire group, one of them was the double defending champion. I believe his name was Rob Bell. And another guy who I did not catch the name of, but I didn't really like him because as soon as they got me, this freaking guy like sprinted. I was on a roller and they just sprinted over the roller to try and make it so I couldn't get on their wheel, which, whatever, you're playing the game. But unfortunately for him, it's a roller, which means it's downhill following. So even though they sprinted over, I was able to just kind of tuck, put in a couple solid pedal strokes, and was able to get on their wheel. It took a big, like, not that it was an easy effort. It was, for me, it was like I'm either going to get on or I'm going to keep walling myself pity. But I was like, look, I'm on this thing. You know, I'm sitting here. Worst case scenario is now 4th, as long as I can hold their wheel. At this point, like mile 65, I was like, look, all you got to do, bud, is just get to mile, I think it was like mile 77, when the rest of the race is then on asphalt. That's all you had to do. So I just had to play the game. I sat in the back. I didn't take a pull. I let them rotate through for about 5 miles. Then I started kind of rotating in the cycle, but I wasn't pulling hard at the front. I knew we weren't going to catch Ted, so I had to just think, how can I get my legs to feel good? How can I get myself to feel good? Because this is going to be a sprint. So that's all I was thinking is recover, make them think you're more tired than you are. I was really tired, but make them think you're even more tired than you are. And then, we hit the asphalt. At that point, I kind of had recovered. One of this one guy who I didn't really like him at all because of that sneaky tried to get me off the wheel thing, went to the front with like 3 miles to go, which is the dumbest thing you can do if you're going into a sprint. Because at that point, myself nor the other guy were going to come through and help. At that point, we're sitting on your wheel. We're not going to come in front of you. And he was just doing these stupid attacks from the front to drop us on a flat road, which I'm like, is not smart. So I'm sitting in the back, third wheel, happy as a cucumber, just chilling. And then basically we went into the final, probably the final 800 is about a pretty steep 100-meter downhill, flat. You go over 2 train tracks, 50-meter kick up. That's probably 900, and then another 50-meter flat sprint. And I was in position, crossed the train tracks, third wheel, was able to just unleash the sprint on the slight kicker, but instantly had a gap and finished second. So amazing. I've never felt that good in a day. I've never gone that deep, bonked, recovered, had the finish. So this is a really amazing result for me. Finishing second to Head King in front of Rob Bell is a great result and something I'm really proud of. It was my first proper gravel race. I don't know how many of these I'm going to be able to do. I really do love gravel. It was a lot of fun, but I have a lot of goals for triathlon this season that do take priority, so that's going to be my first. And I'm going to do these whenever I can. I know that I'm doing the steamboat gravel. I don't know what I'll do basically between now and then, but if I can do them, I'll do them. And, massive respect to Ted. He put down a performance that I thought was just so impressive. So, it is what it is. Second place. Gotta roll with it. Good fitness, move on to the next race.